Didn't mean to cause a stir. Just wanted to give everybody a little heads up. So just a quick injury update with us. Sean Monahan will be placed on long-term injury, and he will be undergoing a season-ending surgery on his other hip. You know, we've sort of found out about this here in the last couple of days. I did some consulting here yesterday, and the determination was made that he'll get it repaired and we'll be ready for training camp next year. Oliver Shillington right now was injured the other night. He'll be day-to-day. And we have recalled Connor Mackey at this point here. So just wanted to give you those updates when you saw the new face on the ice here today. Questions?
How is Sean doing as a person, not as a player, but as a person? Obviously, he's had a lot of injury troubles.
Yeah, yesterday was a tough day. You know, you find out your season's coming to an end. And I think those of you that have been around, he's battled some things. Right, and it's unfortunate. The good news in here is he's got a lot of time to get this addressed. He had his other hip, his left hip, done last year, and it feels great. He's doing wonderful with it. This is now sort of the next challenge for him. So he's got a lot of time to get it addressed before next year. But no question, a great deal of disappointment, you know. So we talked a lot yesterday, and, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You can't, when your body's telling you can't do it, you can't do it, right? So we'll get it fixed, and we'll move forward.
Something that kind of plagued him all year, or I know you just said that you made that decision.
Yeah, no,
right
I don't
away,
think it was plague. I mean, I think guys are always, and Sean is one that plays through a lot of stuff without telling a lot of people, and so I do want to say that I know Sean's faced a lot of criticism. I think a lot of it is, I think there's a lot of bullshit out there, to be perfectly honest with you. This guy plays through a lot of things, and for people to challenge or question him, I think is wrong. And most people out there couldn't play through a third of what he has, and he keeps it to himself. So this isn't stuff where people are forcing him out on the ice. So I don't know how long it's been bothering him. He's gotten treatment like everybody gets treatment. In the last couple of days, he said, "I got a problem here." So once you say you got a problem, we go and get it looked at, and it needs to get taken care of.
Is it fair to say that from every indication, he's always been a stand-up guy, right? He's always been a good teammate, even with a different role. Like, he's handled it pretty well, hasn't he?
Unbelievable. I mean, you go in that room right there. There's 23 guys that love the kid, and he wears a letter for a reason. You know, he's had a different role. That's the best way to put it, Pete. This year than last, or the previous 7 or 8 in his career. He went about it with a smile on his face and just went to work. Never bitched or complained, doesn't whine. What can I do to help the team win? That's what Sean Monahan's all about. And unfortunately, sometimes your body doesn't allow you to do certain things, right? So now he's going to get it addressed, and Sean's still a young man. I know he's been through a lot, but I know now he's got a lot of time to get this addressed and taken care of, and he'll be back. You know, you can't, when you got an injury, you got to get it taken care of. But I can't say enough good things about the guy. He's going to be here. He's going to be around his teammates. He wants to be. We're working through when the procedure is going to happen, but it'll be fairly soon, and then he'll do his rehab here. Because he's a big part of that locker room.
What is the timeline with that, like in terms of when he can be kind of upright? I know that there's a recovery process that needs to happen, but
you know what? better to leave that to the docs, Kristen. But I mean, last year he had the same procedure, and I think he was like 4.5 months that he was going. Now, basically the first couple of weeks, there's not a whole lot going on, and then they get right into it. What I found with it, even with him last year when he had the procedure, literally 2 days later, they're doing movement on the bike, and so they get you moving right away. But the first couple of weeks, it's just movement, and then they get into the therapy, and the one thing with Sean, he's going to attack it hard, and he'll be back.
What is it a cause of? Like, I know you're not a doctor, but like, can you kind of give us a little more detail? Like, other than just saying hip surgery, it's sort of vague. Like, is it like a overuse injury that needs to be repaired?
Don't know how it's a labrum that he's going to get fixed. More often than not, they can be hereditary. They can be, over time, wear and tear. There can be an event. The way this has happened, there's probably some wear and tear, and then there was an event because in the last couple of days it got to, hey, I got something wrong here, as any player would have a situation, and once you have somebody say there's a problem here, you get imaging done, and you realize here's the injury. So,
Brad, on Connor, what have you seen this year with his progression in his time in the American League after having him now for a couple of years?
Well, Connor's I just see a real maturity to his game. I mean, the one thing with Connor is he's not an 18 or 19-year-old kid. He's a mature player. I think he's gone through the steps the right way. He's now had a little bit of a funky year last year, but 2 years in the American League, and established himself to me as one of the best defensemen in that league. He's one of the top defensemen on the top team in the league. Big, strong, moves really well. Down there, plays in all situations: power play, penalty kill, top pair, plays against the best players. I just think there's, the biggest adjustment I've seen with Connor's game is getting up to speed with game, moving the puck quicker, finding his reads quicker, getting it on and off his stick quicker. In college, where he could lug it from one end to the other, realizing at this level, get it to the guys up front and come as a second wave. But I just think his puck management, his ability to get pucks moving quicker, and sorting out reads quicker, his pace of play, his pace of anticipation, and his pace of reads has really increased.
Would being more assertive be a fair comment?
Yeah,
on that?
and he's always had that element. Like down there, he's got an edge to his game, but realizing to do that on a consistent basis, and that's, to me, that's just maturity, and realize, like, again, he was a real dynamic kind of player in college, and has, like I said, he's been productive down there. But realizing what his bread and butter is going to be is move pucks, take care of his own end, be hard in the paint, but sorting things out quicker is where I've really seen a step this year.
Can you just give us a little more detail on Oliver? Like, when did that
Day-to-day.
happen? Yes, but
I think it was the LA game. He went into the boards there, left the game. So we're hopefully it's not too, but he'll be on a day-to-day basis.
For Sean, is there plans to recall another forward? I don't know if you announced that in addition to this, but
Not yet,
okay.
Not yet. But we've got that ability. We'll see where we go to. But we've got 2 extra forwards here right now, and then we play tonight, and then we're going to California. So, we'll see where it goes, but not today. All good. Goodly. Okay. Thank you.